Okay, mic should be on. Everything appears to be fine dandy. Let's get rid of the usual text, which is this and that. There we go. Friend on board. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Right, we're back for some more Ace Attorney. I had to skip yesterday's because it was my birthday and there was no room for it. None whatsoever.
That is completely fair.
I had to make do what I got. But enough of that. Right, let's get back to the game. We can finish this game at some point, please. I'm not like being bad, it's just like it feels dragged out right now.
Oh, you have no idea yet.
Right, let's go.
Not even felt for the first case yet.
No, barely just touched it.
Oh, last case, not first.
Well, we're at the first section of this last case.
Yeah.
Enter. Boot. Go. Continue. Right, off we go. I wonder if live streamers skip this or not.
Mr. Wright?
Huh? What?
Trials always like this with you?
Well, yeah, but not this bloody dragged out.
You're swimming up from the bottom of the lake about to reach the surface, but no matter how you paddle, you never seem to get there.
Pretty much. Except today we're swimming in quicksand. So, what happened to your sister anyway?
Apparently she just got called off to the judge's chambers.
Probably something to do with that piece of cloth.
So, this is your return to trial around, right? Our only weapon, a tiny significant piece of cloth.
I'm the one who's starting to feel tiny and insignificant, to tell the truth.
That's oh no, that's also you. That's the...
Well, we're not really sure until we see him. Okay.
I mean, he said
partner, but you never know. They say you show a red cloth to a bull, it'll fire up its temper. That's what they told me when I was a youngin', at least.
Officer Marshall.
Thought I'd come to take a look-see at how the trial's going. Looks like I'm late. They got the home ranch locked down tighter than a fort in enemy territory. That hard to slip out, huh? What is going on over there anyway? All the police I've seen these last 2 days have been really on edge. Don't you got enough on your plate without worrying about other people, compadre? You could be worrying about the chief prosecutor's taste in mufflers, for example.
Officer Marshall? The whole muffler thing didn't have anything to do with scars?
I still don't get the association with muffler and scarf. It must be a Japan thing. I don't get it either.
Okay. It's like, I think I heard it before, but this might just be from the first time I played this game and just like, okay, English people use this, so it must be true.
I've as a British person, I've never heard muffler referred to with a scarf.
Okay. She wasn't even wearing a scarf.
You don't say. Now don't that just beat all? I've seen the red breeze blow at her slender neck many a time. I saw it that day, too. She was wearing a red muffler.
What?
At the award ceremony that afternoon. Edgeworth's seen it too, I'd reckon. What does that mean? In the photograph taken at the crime scene, she wasn't wearing a scarf.
Oh, that wasn't mistaken.
Well, it's about time. Remember, partner, sometimes you gotta grab the bull by the horns. And sometimes you just gotta let that bull go where it will. Time will tell. I have a bad feeling about this.
So, what are we swimming in now, Mr. Wright?
If it's steak sauce, I can hook you up with some fine ribs. Hoo-wee! Nope, no investigation, we're just straight back in.
Yeah. I would like to resume.
What's up? The judge keeps looking over the prosecution. Oh.
Is something wrong, Mr. Edgeworth? Your face is blue, your lips are purple, you're sweating bullets. This furrowed brow, those grinding teeth, those watery eyes. What's more, your eyes are...
Too late. That wasn't me.
It can't be. This can't happen. I wonder what happened to Mr. Edgeworth. Well done, I believe it is time we continue on with this trial. During our recess, I've had requested that the prosecution conduct an investigation. This is unacceptable. It seems our prosecutor is quite beside himself.
I think I'll be taking this one, if this is what I'm thinking it is.
Who's there?
What's with this guy? Strange, stuffy aura seems to be filling this courtroom.
Hey, the temperature was 5.7 degrees when that man came in.
Who on earth is he?
Oh, it's you.
Any second now? Is the game broke?
No, he's blinking.
Oh, sorry I'm late, Edgy. The roads were packed. It's just me. Long time no see, Edgy. How have you been? Swim much these days?
Hello. No, I've been so busy.
Busy, schmizzy, Edgy. My boy, you have to make time to relax.
Yes, indeed. Actually seems to be his nickname for the judge.
I'm afraid you're right. Very afraid. Sorry, but who are you? Haha, so you're Righto, the attorney. I've heard good things about you, son. Thanks? So sorry about our little worthy giving you all that trouble, eh? You know, we should all go swimming together sometime. Joey! Little worthy?
Mr. Wright, you don't know the district chief of police?
Chief of police?
He's the top-ranking police officer in the entire district.
I'd chipper for a, police officer. Name's Gant. Damon Gant. Pleased to meet you, everyone.
So, what do we owe this honor today? It's been over 2 years since you last came to this courtroom, hasn't it?
Well, it's worthy here. Look at the poor fellow. I just thought I'd help out by bringing this. Hey, that's...
My sister's muffler.
So Miss Star wasn't just seeing things. When the crime occurred, Miss Sky really was wearing that muffler. What to think that it was stuffed into that exhaust pipe? On Little Worthy's car, no less. He does this a lot. It's really quite embarrassing, even for us.
What's this?
It's what you'd call a switchblade knife. Quite perplexing, this.
Chief, what kind of outfit are you running? Mr. Edgeworth? How could they miss such a vital piece of evidence? If your investigators are this lax, how do you expect us to do our job?
Now, wait a minute, Worthy.
I've no desire to hear your excuses.
I'm telling you to wait. Or didn't you hear me? Have a look at this document, where it says person in charge of investigation. There's no mistaking that signature is there. Miles Edgeworth?
That's not fair. And the day of the crime, I had...
Your head in the clouds because you got that award. I know how you feel. But you're the person in charge. I'll expect a written apology.
What? Are you serious?
Don't be too upset. We'll find a way to clean up this mess that you made.
This is the first time I've seen Edward at a loss for words. This kind of major plunder is unlike you, Mr. Edgeworth. The court accepts this new evidence, but I would like to ask the defense a favor first.
Yes?
Just to be sure, I would like to take a look at the blade of this knife.
The blade, Your Honor? Well, I don't see why not.
Could you open it up for me, I wonder?
Yes, well, I think all you have to do is push that switch and...
If I cut my finger, Mr. Wright, I wouldn't be able to pound my gravel anymore.
You got another hand. Yeah, but if I cut my finger, I wouldn't be able to point it at people anymore.
Just hurry up and open it.
It's my pointing hand. Oh, that's not me doing that. Very slowly going the wrong way.
Oh,
yeah, that wasn't me doing that input. Let's have a look here. Before I press the button, obviously. What's that?
There's a small tag on this knife.
It seems to say SL92.
What does it mean?
Well, heard something similar. DL6 of DL6 incident fame.
But it's strange.
Huh? What is?
I'm uncertain, but I get the feeling I've seen this somewhere before. Like, letters like this. Or letters that looked a lot like this somehow.
Anyway, I'll just press this button here.
Oh. Don't scare me like that.
I'm the one who's scared.
Look at this knife blade. The tip is broken off.
This dark red stain. Blood? And now our fingerprints are all over it.
Yeah. This does not excuse the actions of the police department. I would like to hear an explanation from the chief of police himself. I'm terribly sorry, but can I ask you to testify for us about the split between the prosecutors and the police and this knife?
Sure thing, not a problem, not even a little one, really. Alright, here we go. This knife is special, but I can't say how here, unless there's evidence to prove a connection between this knife and Goodman. That was a bad day for the department. We weren't in any shape to do an investigation. A detective was killed at the police department. See, what a mess. The time of the crime? 5:15. Scary coincidence, eh? It's not officially linked to this here case, so I can't talk much about it.
There was a murder at the police department. A detective.
That's hush-hush information, Aji. We haven't exactly announced it yet.
Wait a second. You said 5:15. That's the exact time Detective Goodman was killed at the prosecutor's office. Order, order, order!
Anyway, we at the department were all flustered, as you might well assume. We're in the middle of a top secret investigation. Don't tell anyone, okay?
I think we understand the police department's situation. Well, Mr. Wright, and don't count like the 100 other people in this courtroom. They're probably posted on the internet right now.
2 detectives killed at the same time in 2 different places.
The chances of that are pretty slim. Scientifically speaking, of course.
I'd like to exercise my right to cross-examine the witness.
Well, however, keep your questions focused on the case at hand.
Alright. We'll just start with the pressings and see where we go from there.
Yeah.
Well, you're gonna have to say it. Excuse me, special? Mm-hmm. Hard to come by this particular knife anywhere else. Might that special thing be this little tag? Oh, sorry, Righto, but I can't say that now. Not that.
We've established that the knife in Goodman's chest was this knife. Now, why was there another knife at the scene of the crime? That's quite a mystery.
And like a mystery, it's wrapped in something. A muffler. I think this one we'll come back to later, but let's press it now.
I mean, we do have one piece of evidence right now. I'm not sure if I'm jumping the gun again.
Yeah, so we'll just be patient. This knife was found on the scene of our crime. I think that makes it connected to the case, don't you? See, there's a lot of things that go on at the department I can't explain. It's delicate, okay? Sorry, Righto.
Maybe there's something about the knife that will give us a clue. Let's examine the knife again, Wright.
Evidence that links this knife to Detective Goodman. I think perhaps the pieces are falling into place. I should try presenting the piece of evidence that's had me stumped all this time.
So, how are things done at the department?
Alright, well the game's forcing us, so might as well do it. But we'll make a safety save, just in case. It's insisting that we should do it this way. But you never know when the game's just blatantly lying to us.
Might not examine the note, yeah.
Or I can't examine it, I can just look at it. But this is what we're talking about.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait a second! Ah, at last! An honest-to-goodness objection! This knife, this has to have something to do with Detective Goodman.
What do you mean?
Haha! An honest-to-goodness what do you mean from Aji? This is great! Look at the tag on this knife. It reads SL92.
This is important. Why?
Over here, we also have a memo that was on the body of the victim.
What's this? 6 minus 7s. 12-2.
Your Honor, it's upside down.
Upside?
Printed name on the memo makes it look like it's right side up. But turn it around, and what do you get? Numbers.
Oh.
Whoever wrote this note was holding the paper upside down.
SL9. That's the same thing that is written on the knife's tag.
Yeah, but that L looks like a weird 7. it's the wrong
Order,
shape.
order. Well, Chief.
Ah, well, I guess the cat's out of the bag. You win, Righto. I win? What game is this guy playing? This knife was evidence in a case. It was stolen from the department's evidence room. So, this knife was stolen? Yes, but on the day of the murder.
It was evidence, you say? Was it in fact a murder weapon?
Nice, nice, nice. Good show, Little Worthy. It was a murder weapon, as it happens. It was evidence from a case long since solved. So, this knife was stolen on the day of the murder, and it was found in the exhaust pipe of Edward's car.
But there isn't a connection there.
Okay. Leave that one alone and keep pressing, I guess. We just roll back just in case. Oh no, the first one's changed because of that. Okay, that's fair. Alright, we'll just press on the rest then.
Yeah.
Something happened at the police department too, huh? You got a good look in your eyes there, Righto, my boy. Sharp, hungry.
No, something did happen. And why wasn't I informed?
Why weren't you informed? Well, why didn't you ask? No matter, I understand. You were busy with Lana's case and all. Well, what happened? What happened at the police department that day? On the same day that a detective was killed in the prosecutor's parking lot, another detective was killed at the police department? That's a fact. Surprising, isn't it, Aji?
I am at a loss for words. And the perpetrator, do you have a suspect?
Well, there was a suspect. Just arrested him, in fact. Just arrested? That was quick.
But there's still lots of unanswered questions. Maybe you could help, Righto.
I suppose I could help, if you help me by giving me data on your case.
Oh, good one. This kid's sharp. Okay, here's the deal. I'll tell you one thing and one thing only.
Okay. Well, we know when the victim died. We know how the victim
Yeah.
was killed, so where was the victim found, I guess? Would be the best question.
Yes, can you save the save?
Yeah, I'll make a safety save. Or maybe we can just repress him, I'm not sure.
Yeah. That also costs time.
We know when the
I think
victim...
it's fair.
We can
Or
assume
maybe
it's the
how.
knife. We can assume it's the knife, but they didn't give us an autopsy.
Yeah.
We know roughly where they are, so we just need
It was at the
specifics.
police department, yeah, maybe how.
Alright, we'll ask how. Well, how was the detective killed?
How was he killed? Now that's the interesting part. It was what we in the Force called a stabbing with a knife.
Knife?
It's exactly the same as Detective Goodman.
That's the spirit. We're cooking now. But you know, that's not the only thing that was exactly the same.
What do you mean?
There were more similarities between the two cases than the cause of death.
It seems like I'm going to have to press this a bit harder. Alright, then I'll just press it again. I'll just see what happens if I press it again.
Yeah. So, hi.
Oh, hello.
Mama.
Uh,
I don't know how to pronounce it, sorry.
is it... yeah, I'm just... Fuck. That is a hard name. I do apologize. I'm not even going to attempt to because I'll probably butcher it really badly. But hi anyway. Alright, let's just see if we can press it again. Oh, we can't ask it again. Alright, then where?
Yeah.
So, tell me, where was the victim found?
Well, I can't speak on where the corpse was found, but I can say the crime took place in the evidence room at the police department.
The evidence room? Wait a second. I've heard of that.
The evidence room. Didn't he mention that in his testimony just now?
This knife was evidence in the case. It was stolen from the department's evidence room.
There's the connection between the two cases.
You seem happy, Mr. Wright.
Happy? We just got handed our ticket to go to town on this case. With the link between the two cases established, we finally have some leverage. Now we can get Gant to testify about the details. Okay.
Probably press.
Yeah, I guess we can just press on it now. Chief, the defense's position is simply this. The connection between these two cases has already been proven.
You don't say. Well, out with it, righto. What's your connection?
Yes, out with it, Mr. Wright.
The connection is a place mentioned in the testimony we just heard. The knife found in the lot was stolen from the police department's evidence room.
Not to mention the victim had on him the case number on the knife's edge tag.
And we also know that the detective murdered at the police department was killed in that very same evidence room.
Indeed. There does seem to be many connections for it to be a coincidence.
You two make a good pair. It took my men 2 days to find out what you deduced right there.
Chief, I request that you release your information on the victim at the police department.
See, that's the tricky part. It hasn't been announced yet, and all.
Can we get the information unofficially?
Sure, why not? It's unofficial after all.
What, really?
Who would have guessed?
I'll cooperate, but I can't reveal the name of the victim at the department, okay?
If you're going to tell us a little, why not tell us everything?
Well, case information is sticky stuff. You have to do everything properly.
Oh, well, I guess I might as well try to get what I can out of him. Alright.
ID number.
Yeah, sure, why not? Okay, how about you tell me the victim's ID number?
Sure. Why not? It's not like you'll be able to tell who it is from that.
Of course not. You won't tell me their name after all.
We keep a tight lid on ID numbers, so don't go getting your hopes up. The number is 5842189.
Well, that's quite long.
And we have to remember these. It drives me nuts.
82. I can't do it.
You didn't even get the first number right.
Well, Mr. White, does this tell you anything?
Let me just check the call record here. I've forgotten the name
Yeah,
of the
we
tag.
played this game before, so...
Oh yeah, there it is. It's right there. The ID number of the victim at the police department. Yes, tells me something. Actually, it does, Your Honor. It does. I think.
Meaning?
It has to be what I think it is. But what does this mean?
Well, let's hear what the defense has to say. You say the ID number of the detective who was murdered at the police department tells you something. What does it tell you?
This ID right here. Witness.
What is it, Mr. White? You're grinning like a schoolgirl on prom night.
No, it's just... I got confused.
And this is news.
Huh?
Just come out with it, both guns blazing, like you always do.
Can't tell if that's a compliment or not. The police department, the prosecutor's office. 2 places, 2 detectives murdered at one time. Actually, I happen to have a police ID number here.
Oh, is it yours?
No, Your Honor, I'm a defense attorney, remember? This is the ID number of our victim, Detective Goodman.
Shame on you, Righto. Personal IDs are top secret.
Detective Goodman's ID number is 5842189.
And this means what exactly?
Huh?
Wait. That ID number we heard from the chief earlier. That started with 82. I've forgotten.
You didn't even get the first part right. Again! The number the chief of police gave us was 5842189.
Wait a second, White. What does this
Mean? That's what I want to know. The 2 ID numbers are identical. In other words, the detective killed in the police department's evidence room was Bruce Goodman. What does our witness think about that?
Ho 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 ho! Sharp as a tack, Righto. Sharp as a tack.
But wait, Detective Goodman is our victim. And he was killed at 5:50 in the underground parking lot.
Yet, a detective, Bruce Goodman, was also killed at the police department. In the evidence room at the exact same time.
That's impossible. So, what you're saying is, the same person was killed at the same time,
Need to ground this down to make sure we're understanding this concept right here.
and in a completely different location. Order, order, order! Chief, what does this mean? Now, what I want to know is, why didn't I hear about this? Yes, it is top secret, fine. But I am the prosecutor in charge of this case.
Now, just wait a second, Worthy. No need to get all flustered.
Your Honor, the police department has made a grave error in this case.
Wait. I said wait. Or didn't you hear me? The oversight, the grave error, Mr. Edgeworth, they're yours.
How dare!
We informed you yesterday. I believe it was our officer Meekins who brought you the news. Ah, shit, he did shoot him off, didn't he?
Officer Meekins? Mr. Wright, where have we heard that name before? I forgot what was I did for him.
He's animated, I can tell you that.
Excuse me, but Mr. Edge, anywhere on the premises? I'm here, sir, at the request of the chief, sir. I've got your report, sir. You don't mean him.
According to Meekins, you didn't accept the report. Hard to believe.
But the officer, he told me. He said that report had nothing to do with the Lana Sky incident.
Detective Bruce Goodman murdered in the police department evidence room. Mr. Edgeworth, the victim's name is written right on the top of the report.
Why didn't your officer tell me? Honestly, I'm not sure if that officer was capable of making the connection. He did seem challenged.
In any case, this is a serious error, a gross negligence of duty on your part, Worthy.
But, sir, you could have submitted that report this morning to the court as evidence. Then
Edgeworth's got no one to blame but himself, really. No such luck this time, Worthy. Or should I say, unworthy?
But
Now, what was the second rule of evidence law,
well, Mr. Wright,
Oh, well, it's,
Rule 2. Unregistered evidence presented must be relevant to the case on trial. And how is this rule relevant?
Normally, you submit a list of evidence to be used in court before the trial. This report wasn't on that list.
So, what does it mean?
I couldn't submit this evidence until a connection was proven in court. The connection was just proven by Righto over here. Good job, Righto, my boy.
huh? I was just doing...
No. No!
This is a day gone to hell for Edgeworth.
Yeah.
This is his worst nightmare.
Seems we have come to the end of this trial.
I know you're going through a tough time, Worthy, with all those rumors. You were even in the defendant's chair just this past December.
I apologize for this terrible lack of due diligence on my part. Mr. Edgeworth. Please, just give me one day. I will get to the bottom of what happened. If it is the last thing I do.
You better get results this time. Really.
You have my profound apologies, sir. Poor Mr. Edgeworth. I don't think there has ever been an error this serious in the history of this court. What about all the time when people got accused of murder that absolutely had nothing to do with it?
Fuck cover.
Yeah. I will grant on further day as the prosecution has requested. Will that be sufficient, Mr. Edgeworth? Yes, Your Honor. Thank you. Whatever your punishment for this is, for your sake, I hope it is not decisive. Very well. Court is adjourned.
Whew.
I actually was way shorter than I thought it would be.
Well, yeah, I didn't realize it was part of the first thing, but
I wasn't sure because I thought that there would be another.
the case
trial
was long
that's
enough as it is.
just- Yeah.
That just means we can go straight to the investigation. Unless you want to end it right now.
Nah, I think we can do the investigation. Mr. Wright, so what's going on with the case anyway? I'm a little confused.
Huh? Well, let's see. What is going on? The victim, Detective Bruce Goodman, was stabbed to death after 5 p.m. on the 21st. He died in the prosecutor's parking lot and the police department's evidence room.
What's this in the evidence room part? The prosecutor's office and the police department are 30 minutes apart by car.
Well, that's what we're going to find out. Or try to, at least.
Alright, let's do it.
Well, she's in good spirits, but I'm not sure she's going to be much help with this.
Don't be so sure, Mr. Wright.
Huh?
Look, we're in this together, right? And both this big rimmed glass of mine and just for show.
They're just regular
They
us.
totally are.
They're just lenses, aren't they? They're not even glasses.
Let's go. Science awaits us.
Oh good, we're already here. Save me a pop-up of a menu.
No, I really don't. We should worry about the police department further. There wasn't even a body found there. Who cares?
That's actually a good point. Yeah, it was only our victim who was killed in their evidence room. No biggie.
How do we know that there wasn't a body found? Besides, Mrs. would never do such a thing. I know it.
Keep saying that. The evidence is saying against that completely.
That oil drum. Was it empty?
The old drum kicked over by the chief prosecutor was brimming with water.
My sister erasing evidence at the crime scene? Never.
Even though she says they don't get along, Emma really likes her sister.
That's not it at all. It's just... we're both professionals at what to do, and I trust her.
Big words for a high school student. Well, whether
Also,
there was
is
blood
it
on the floor or not.
whispering I see? Because I always assumed it's like in his head, that he just thinks it. But everybody reacts to what he's saying.
We've said this before, it seems to be a mix of both, but now it's slipping to be like, well, apparently they could just hear it clearly. I think this is a case of just this glorified DLC. I think this is just whoever was handling it was not the same people of the original 4 cases.
Yeah. Or maybe it's also like he's really bad at hiding his emotions, like you can
That
just
is-
see it.
That is true. Water in that oil drum washed it all away.
Ignore this drink of my sense at your own peril, Mr. White.
Huh? What's that grin for?
This situation goes for one thing, and that thing is luminol testing fluid.
Luminol?
Blood is sticky stuff, you know, and you can't just wash it away with a little water.
Can if you're stubborn enough.
Even if you can't see it, it's still there.
But wouldn't the police have already done those tests?
Never trust anyone else but your own, Mr. White. Just give it a try.
Me? Why do I have to do it?
I'm a minor. I can't even drink yet.
Yet you have this stuff on hand. We're testing blood stains with this stuff, not drinking it.
Yeah, look, I lent you these glasses.
Huh? You had an extra pair of those things? Ooh. 3D mode has been activated.
To test for blood reaction, just put luminol on it.
I didn't know we were using the Virtual Boy.
Like this. Press into this way it on. Okay, let's find us some blood stains.
Ugh.
Shouldn't we not be finding some?
Let's try down here. Red and white don't mix. See her eyes shining behind those glasses. So, is this a bloodstain?
Huh. It's so, you were happy about finding some right now.
Emma, you're shaking.
It's just, this is my first time seeing real blood.
What, you haven't
No,
seen
it
blood in
isn't.
your own hands?
Also, you've seen it on the knives of 2 now.
Yeah, it's just like, how can you not physically seen blood? Have you not even, has no one even seen, have you not even seen your own blood? You have to at some point. I have. I've seen my own blood. I know what it looks like. It's red.
Yeah, it is fair. Like, in a theory, but you
A
could go
nosebleed at
without-
least, something.
Yeah, but it's so unlikely to not, one wound as a child by running around stupidly.
Oh yeah.
Hell, even like, well, it's speaking in English, pimple. Like,
Yes.
if you have one and you squish it, then you also usually see a bit of blood there.
Guaranteed. Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah.
scientific investigation in action.
Okay, well, we definitely know that this is a blood stain. But doesn't seem something stuck out. Scientifically speaking, of course.
Yeah, there should be a lot more than that. What's odd about this? Scientifically, it's the amount. It's way too little.
Yeah.
Perpetrator and Detective Goodman fought here, right? Don't you think there'd be a little more blood? Oh,
I definitely think so.
color. Oh, my eyes.
I mean, look, without the blood on the sole of the victim's shoe.
It is pretty strange. If they fought here, they had to have been more blood than this.
Hey, Mr. Wright. I'm going to mark up the floor plans when we find a blood stain, okay?
Okay, fair enough.
See? I'm pretty handy to have around, right?
I could have done that myself.
Can you communicate with the dead?
I think not.
Because that is really handy.
Yeah, and this stuff's pretty handy too.
Save that all my allowance to buy that.
And you can't use it yourself.
We can't be sure that the policeman will reveal all the evidence in court. So, sometimes they fail to mention evidence that doesn't fit with their view of the case.
Then let's direct that hidden evidence out into the light of day.
Yeah. It feels like a real investigating a crime now, doesn't it?
Guess I should give this a spray on anything suspicious. I'm assuming that's that cowboy. Or not.
Oh.
I wonder how that fluid of yours would react to a nice deli box.
Miss Star.
You only trust your own eyes, hmm? Not bad, you two. This day old deli box is on the house. Sorry, it's just... that kind of bleed-in doesn't really get my mouth watering. Yeah, you just keep standing there. I'm just gonna keep investigating. Actually, can I use it?
I think just extend.
I gotta use the court record. There we go.
Okay.
Okay, I just want to make sure there isn't anything else. Just spray on everything.
Yeah.
anything relevant. Just making sure. It's gotta be clean. I'm clean.
Are you spraying my car again?
Oh, here's something. Well, that confirms the phone was being used. This blood must be from when Lana...
No. My sister isn't the murderer.
But she did call you, didn't she? At the time of the crime? And her right hand is bandaged.
Hey, just whose side are you on?
This has nothing to do with taking sides. So, this means that Lana's hand had blood on it. It just keeps getting worse. It also proves that Lana was here physically, so...
Yeah.
Besides
But
photographic
yeah, the witness
evidence,
seen it already, and witnesses never lie.
But it does confirm that she did see her stand here using the phone,
Yeah.
so that's alright. Seems to be it. Nothing else on the floor, apparently. And for some reason, the menu HUD is blocking me from actually moving... Oh, wow. It has a physical existence. I can't go past it. That is a weird thing.
That is weird, yeah.
I physically can't go past it. That's weird. Anyway. Ooh, color. Right. You certainly put me in a tight spot today. My apologies, Miss Stark, but... No, it's okay. It was my fault.
We know.
I witnessed everything from that security room right there. But I was afraid that it wouldn't sound convincing enough, you see. I was wrong to think that. I'm sorry.
Sorry. You lied on the witness stand. That's unforgivable.
Who doesn't?
Number of people.
Little girl, don't forget what's important here. Even if the place I witnessed events from was different, I still saw what I saw. I saw Chief Prosecutor Sky stab a man in cold blood, and that testimony still stands. I swear it on my honor as a detective. She stabbed Goodman. I know this photograph has something important to tell us, but what?
So, you were a detective, weren't you, Mister?
Yes, it was a long time ago. Well, 2 years ago. No matter how hardened the criminal, when they faced me, they coughed it up. Coughed it up? They confessed. They babbled like babies. You know. I may seem like a demon sometimes, but I can be an angel too. I wouldn't doubt it. Every day I dragged the dirt out of the mouths of suspect after suspect. Before long, they called me the cough-up queen.
Oh. And they thought someone had gotten food poisoning from your lunches.
I mean, that's first assumptions. And you were let go? Fired? I felt that I had found my dream job when I became investigator. And if these prim and proper prosecutors hadn't let me go, I'd still be one today. It's all because of that case. The SL9 incident. SL9? Wait, she doesn't mean... Ah, shit, wait a minute, I gotta...
Yeah.
I guess this... maybe the knife is more relevant.
Yeah. What do you think about this?
The SL9 incident. It's written on that knife. And on that note. Goodman was the head detective on that case, you know.
Really?
That knife was evidence from that case, the murder weapon. It was due for transferal the very day that Goodman was killed. As I suspected. SL9 isn't over. Not yet. Do you think you could tell us more about the SL9 incident? Oh, she will now.
What is it
Or not.
with...
I think she needs something else for evidence.
Yeah. Hannah, so I will kill you. I've gotten away with it once before.
I could do it again! So I guess we can ask about the photo.
Also, can we have one case that's not connected to another case?
No! If you think about it, I could have taken that picture from the guard room. But even I get flustered sometimes. So, you went straight to the scene of the crime? I rushed towards the chain link fence in an effort to stop the murder. That's when I took this photo, yes.
And what? 5 minutes after the crime.
Those 5 minutes are the whole problem. The hole in my testimony, as it were.
The 5 minutes weren't the problem. Mister, you lying was the problem.
Listen, little girl. I've had my testimony disregarded before, and I wasn't going to have it disregarded again. Just like that time. That time? Okay, now she probably won't talk about it. Yes. That incident really opened up my eyes to the truth. We're nothing to them. Disposable.
Disposable? To who?
2 years ago was the biggest case I'd ever handled. The police and the prosecutors were desperate for decisive evidence.
So, they didn't solve it?
On the contrary, it was solved quite cleanly. The criminal was caught and executed. Executed? Yes, the criminal got what was coming to him. It doesn't get any clearer than that. The only problem was, they never did find decisive evidence. Not a shred. What? But the criminal was executed, right? On the basis of evidence, of a sort. Made up evidence.
What? You mean they executed someone that fabricated the evidence?
The best part came several months after the trial. Every detective involved with the case was dealt with. Some were demoted to patrolmen, others found themselves out of a job.
And you were one of those.
Myself and one other person you know well. Wait, could it be... Exactly. Detective Jake Marshall. Oops, I mean Police Department Security Detail Officer Jake Marshall. As professional detectives, we investigated that case from every angle. Jake was particularly determined, and then it was over, and he was demoted. However, he hasn't forgotten, neither have I. You haven't forgotten SL9? There was another side to that case, a hidden side. That's what we're after now. And no one up in their fancy offices can stop us.
Wait. Those lunches you sell.
There's only one reason I come to sell lunches in this accursed office. I come here to meet old friends, boyfriends that can help me investigate. Miss Star's old boyfriends. How many does she have anyway? Just when all the detectives on SL9 disappeared, we find new evidence.
There has to be a connection.
So, rookie. What? It seems like you're serious about investigating this case. Yes. Then you should take this. A Salisbury steak lunch? I know a certain guy who might help you if you tempt him with his treat.
Star? I feel the Marshal is he your you his you going out?
Why do you want to know?
I was just wondering what happened to him. A long time ago when he was helping my sister to do cases, he was so nice. He got along so well with my sister. It made me jealous. And he was nice to me too back then.
This would be when Officer Marshall was a detective.
But now he's too cold.
Jake and I are merely cooperating on this investigation. We're putting the past to rest, as it were. Nothing more than that.
I see. Thank you.
Officer Jake Marshall. Alright. That's all we're getting out of that. Let's see. Where to go to next? I don't know. There's many a place we could go to.
Yeah, let's visit Edgeworth. I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure
fuck
he'll be happy to see us. Well, this was as classy today as it was yesterday.
I'm sure it'd still be just as classy tomorrow, Emma. Incidentally, Edgeworth's not here.
I'm sure he's off, doing some important investigations.
I hope that's what he's doing. I guess we'll have to come back.
Okay,
Yeah,
no.
or we can investigate and do some science.
He
Let's
murdered
see.
everyone.
Nope, old bag's gifts are clean. And coat. Nothing. No
That's
bloodstain.
the chessboard.
No, it's clean too. Damn. He's made sure that history won't repeat.
$100 on the fact that if you flip one of the chess figures, it opens a secret door. It is revealed that Edgeworth is the Steel Samurai.
I guarantee you, it's the pawn.
Yeah.
Okay, well, nothing here. So let's move. Alright, I guess we'll go to the police department. It's even busier here today than it was yesterday.
The detectives opening a van so fast they're blurring.
I suppose it makes sense. A detective did get killed here after all.
So, the evidence room. The scene of the crime. According to the pamphlet we got from the front desk. Here it is.
Seems like a kid at an amusement park.
Oh. I really quite him. Please go take a look.
You
You
just
have
saw
been that
one!
one.
Anyway. Let's see.
Oh, wait. Can you
Oh, we
check
can always-
the...
The mascot?
Yeah.
Probably still on.
with the... No, I mean,
Oh,
the-
still moving.
with the thing.
No, it's still moving. You gotta witness that now. Let's give him the benefit of the doubt and say he's dancing. Speaking of dancing, the whole police department has been dancing around like crazy since yesterday.
Can I take out his batteries? I just can't tell if he's going to do something naughty.
Oh, come on. You look at those innocent eyes.
Yeah.
Anyway, you were gonna ask?
And I mean, with the spray thing.
Oh, yes, of course. Oh, wrong.
Oh, God,
This damn menu UI. Let's have a look. See. Nah, he's clean.
Okay.
I mean, I could see the handprint, but that could just be his shoddy
Yeah.
workmanship.
He didn't murder anybody.
I mean, he.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, Gumshoe did a pretty decent job of what you got.
Yeah.
Also, check in here first. Wow, everyone looks deadly serious here.
It was a vicious murder of a police, of a detective down at the police department.
Yes, but the same detective was also killed at the same time in the prosecutor's lot.
It makes my head hurt.
Well, first things first, let's go check out the police department's crime scene.
Yes. He's on that set under investigating. But don't mess up or you could end up dead.
I doubt anyone wants more mysteries or dead bodies around here right now. It doesn't look like anyone's going to help us much either. I don't know what to talk to here. Back outside. Even though, logically, you should be in there to get to the... oh, whatever.
No, going in the face is a different building, right?
Oh, whatever.
Yeah.
Also, when did we get to the saloon? What's with the decor in this place? It's very, eccentric.
Going to the pamphlet. This is the gas station for the evidence room.
So, beyond that door is the evidence room? The scene of the crime?
I'm sure it sure seems this way. Oh.
Well, what's wrong?
It's just cacti. They are so prickly, so imposing. It's hard to think straight.
It's a plant. If you can't handle the cacti, stay out of the desert. What? What I want to know is, if this is a guard station, where is the guard?
I have a feeling I know who he is already.
I'm surprised he's not even here.
Also, you should drink the cactus juice.
He'll quench you!
Nothing's quencher.
Since we got this thing, now we have to check everything. Oh, that's interesting.
Wait.
Someone try to pet the cactus.
I never saw that. Wow, we got a reaction.
There's clearly blood around the spines here. This room's pretty messy. Someone must have tipped over something and planted the head right in these spines.
I think that might be more painful than being murdered.
Now you say that, you can look.
Depends on the way you get murdered, but...
Yeah, you didn't know that was there?
No.
I mean, that's the first thing I did when I got this thing. It's like, well, I gotta check every room now because this could be a thing for anything. You never bloody
Just
know.
like- Why would it be somewhere? But also, I also love the lasso. Is it this lasso in English?
Yeah, the lasso here.
Yeah. It's like, oh yeah, this would totally catch somebody. Like it's not even attached anywhere.
Yeah, you're right. It's like, what's it hanging up from? I mean, maybe it's all tied to that, but then that's not really gonna work.
No, it doesn't seem to be. But
Different
yeah.
color as well. Anyway, we'll look at it.
Look on the floor, a lasso.
Looks like it's set up to trap something.
It's up here. Wait, I know. Maybe someone was trying to catch a bull in here. But the lasso missed.
You sure have an active imagination. Make sure we don't trap it by accident. For God's sake, that'd be the worst thing to do.
Yeah.
See if we can get in. The evidence room's beyond that door.
Let's just walk in. It won't open.
You thought it'd be open? I think we need someone's permission to go in there first. Yeah, but whose?
We
Also-
could just use the card like we do
Can
any other time.
Can we do that? We could check the card, but I don't think we can actually use it. Oh, wait a minute. There's a button there. Where's the button? Oh, I can't prompt the button. I can prompt the hat though.
Yep. Push her quickly. Must be the real deal.
I would think just one big one would be sufficient.
He's cacti. A lot like my sister actually.
Oh god. How so?
In case in the cold we get chill. With spines pointing in every direction. Just like her.
I'm not so sure I see a resemblance.
It's more an attitude thing than a physical similarity.
Don't say. Alright, well, we're not gonna get anything here. Let's move back. place is charged with frantic energy, as always. Who's that?
Wasn't that?
One steak lunch, please. Oh, here it's you.
Detective Gumshoe.
Now's no time for chit chat, pal. I'm a busy man. What I really need is a steak lunch from Lunchland.
You mean on the floors? Actually, it's not for sale.
I think I just heard the sound of his heart breaking.
Now's no time for despair. We've caught our criminal. Now we just need evidence.
The criminal? You mean...
You heard about the stabbing in the police department evidence room, right, pal?
On the same day the detective was killed in the prosecutor's parking lot, another detective was killed at the police department.
The perpetrator. You have a suspect.
Well, there was a suspect. Just arrested him, in fact.
Oh yeah, right.
It's the biggest scandal to hit the station in ages. Everything's topsy-turvy.
But Detective Gumshoe, who was it?
Listen, pal. All I know is I need me a steak lunch pronto. Staying around here talking isn't going to fill my belly.
Hang on a minute.
Wait, don't leave.
If you want to know more, head on down to the detention center, pal. Questioning should be over, so I figured he's down there having a good cry. Later.
He went up to the evidence room.
Well, this investigation is off to a running start. Alright, let's go see who's in the detention. Who's we can get there. That way. And then... Or not. I guess we're... Oh, there's... Ugh.
Still, I do feel better about things. A little. I mean, they got the person who stabbed Detective Goodman, didn't they?
Yeah, I guess they did. Best to not go too far down that road right now. Things will just get confusing. Jesus.
What was that? Sir, that's what I'm saying. Me, a perpetrator. I would say I was the perpetrator against sir. That's what I would say. I had the voice from when I completely lost it. Hi. Greetings, sir. Wait, I know who you are. Excuse me, but this Mr. Edgeworth. Oh, anywhere on the premises.
I don't know why, I'm just pictures in my head. If you've seen Red Dwarf, I'm imagining him, Meekin's salute would be very similar to Rimmer's salute. Very similar. British humor here.
Yeah. I'm here, sir, at the request of the chief, sir. I've got the report, sir. Officer Meekins. So, you got here at detention center. No, sir, I'm not, sir. I'm a little lost patrolman. Like, a little lost lamp, sir. Oh, I get it, yeah. Here to deliver a report. No, sir, how should I say this?
Wait, he isn't, is he? You, Officer Meekins, you didn't, did you?
Perpetrator Officer Meekins reporting, sir. What?
Now this is an unexpected turn of events. I can't imagine how he'd do it.
Sir, I'm a patrolman with General Affairs, sir. Sir!
Ow! I can hear you fine, Officer Meekins.
I had some business that day, sir. I went to the evidence room, sir. The guard station in front of the room was empty, sir. So, normally there's a guard at the evidence room. That's right, sir, because evidence is kept in the evidence room, sir. Now, the security officer was none other than Officer Marshall.
Marshall?
Yeah, who would have thought? Then, sir, I happened to glance at the security room monitor. That's when I saw him, sir. A suspicious person in the evidence room. Suspicious, sir. A suspicious person. Ah!
What the heck is this guy doing?
So, what happened then? After that, sir, everything went right. I saw where I blacked out, sir. And when I came to I was here in the detention center.
How long were you out? Days?
Might I ask what happened to your hand?
Huh. Well, not a coincidence, eh?
Sir, there was no one to badger me, sir. So I did what I could to wrap it up, sir.
That explains why it's in a mitten. Bandage on his hand. Just like Miss Sky.
Yet another similarity between this case and the one at the prosecutor's office.
First things first, tell us how you hurt your hand. Well, no, the victim first. I don't mean to pry, but you are the perpetrator, correct? You killed Detective Bruce Goodman in the evidence room, right?
Sir, please don't look at me with those sad puppy dog's eyes, sir. If you have to label me as a perpetrator or victim, sir, then label me victim.
I would, but you happen to be in detention, and alive and well at that.
Yes, well, that's true, sir. I suppose you could say that.
Did you know the victim, Detective Goodman?
Well, sir, if I had to label him as a stranger or a total stranger, then I would say he leans heavily on the total stranger side.
So, you didn't know him?
Sir, I work in a tiny department devoted to flight or other creature comforts. I don't know any detectives. So, if he was a total stranger, why did you stab him? Sir, I had no intentions of killing him, sir. None. Nor do I have any recollection of killing him, sir.
At least someone around here is more confused than I am. About your hand, did that happen during the course of the crime?
Well, you see, sir, don't you think you should just confess? But, but there was nothing I could do.
Nothing you could do?
Sir, to tell the truth, sir, when it happened, when the detective pointed that knife at me, I just hollered, sir. And the next thing I knew, I was unconscious.
The next thing you knew, you were... Huh?
Then, when I opened my eyes, I was alone in the evidence room, sir. All alone. Alone because Detective Goodman had disappeared. What? Then, when I looked down, I was gushing blood from my hand, sir. Oh, the shock. Oh, the sorrow, sir. I can't imagine how I felt.
The victim's body disappeared?
Huh. That's some story.
Okay. I'm not sure if this is relevant.
Maybe he knows about the SL.
Yeah, let's bring the knife. Officer Meekins, this is for you.
I'm scared of knives, sir.
It's okay, I just want you to take a look at...
That's it, sir. Last night, sir. That's the one. I was an apple, sir, in my dream, sir. And I was being peeled. On a second thought, you don't have to look at the knife.
He's overreacting to the knife, but I guess he's been through a lot. Right.
No, he doesn't get it.
Fuck it. Officer Meekins, could you take a look at this?
I'm sorry, sir. Really sorry, but I have no idea what that is. Maybe you should ask Mr. Edgeworth, sir. He's passing the buck, Mr. Wright.
It takes a special kind of man to pass the buck to Edgeworth.
He should have seen it.
Don't really know what else to
Guess
present
we
to him,
don't
really.
know anything right now. Maybe we should just head back to the
Yeah, let's
thing.
just move around. Back this way. Right. Let's see if we can get inside the room.
Look, Edward, this must mean something.
I'm not sure that door means anything.
No, it won't open. A mystery lock.
I fail to see what's mysterious about it.
Mr. Wright, you need to learn to enjoy life more.
Let's finish our investigation first, shall we? Yeah, we would, but except we can't. And also, why is this computer still not investigatable?
Because it's just a computer.
Let's see.
Yeah, I guess you should just head to the office of Marshall.
He's probably in there by now. Also, Gumshoe's in there right now. Or not. Alright, let's go back to Criminal Affairs. Nothing. What the fuck? Well, I don't know what to do now. What are we missing?
I mean, you probably have to either Edgeworth or Meekins, because it's like the only things we have right now.
Let's see. Nope.
No, then Meekins.
Okay, I need to present something, I'm guessing. And then... That's just so inefficient. There you go. Okay, what are we missing? Ah, fuck it. Let's see. Nope, he doesn't know. Okay, maybe the card? Maybe? Yes.
Do you think you could take a look at this? Hey! That's it, sir! That's it! That's it! That's what? My head was blank until this very moment. But sir, now I remember, sir.
You mean you remember what happened?
Correct, that's the card. The card was the counterfall. This ID card. Exactly, sir. That's exactly it. Nothing could be more exact, sir. Nothing.
I better pry into this one a little deeper. Ah, that's what we're missing. Not sure the card was relevant yet. Can you tell me what it is you do remember?
Well, sir, you might say I'm the lost little patrolman, lost little lamp, if you will. I didn't know Mr. Detective Goodman was in the evidence room.
And that's why you thought he looked suspicious?
Sir, I entered the evidence room and asked the man to show me his ID card. Well, that sounds pretty much by the book so far. That's right, sir. That's what I've been trying to tell you.
So, you asked Detective Goodman to show his ID card. What did he do?
That's the thing. Suddenly, he pointed a knife at me. What? Sir, I assure you I was as fast as you are now. So I moved and leaped at him.
Detective Goodman pointed a knife at him?
To undo others before they undo you. My father's own word, sir. What happened then? Well, my eyes, sir. Everything went right. When I woke, I was here.
Right.
So, Officer Mickens, where was it that they arrested you?
What do you mean, Emma?
Let's look at what we know. Now, Officer Mickens didn't know Detective Goodman, and the victim who he had at a distance didn't show his ID card.
In other words, we have no way of knowing if the victim was really the victim.
And if this body just disappeared from the evidence room, we don't even know if anyone actually died. That's it, sir. That's what I wanted to say. That's it. I did say something along those lines. Huh? But you still ended up here. They told me that it had to be him, sir, on that day, at that time. Detective Goodman was definitely in the evidence room. That's what they said.
But you don't remember the events clearly?
No, but the videotape is quite clear. Huh? Videotape? From the security camera. My crime. The crime is supposed to stamp out. It's there, it's me, it's on tape. And you waited until now to tell us this? I'm sorry, really sorry, sir. I'll hand over my badge. I don't deserve it.
No thanks, I have my own. Well, guess we better go check out the crime scene. But now we have a reason to go. I guess that way's technically efficient.
Hey, Mr. Wright. Look who's standing at the Chief of Detectives desk.
It's Police Chief Gant.
And you're sure this is all, hmm? You know what it means if there is anything missing?
Sir, I'm sure it's most like totally perfect. We checked all of his drawers, lockers, garbage cans, bags. Look, and his seat cushion behind his computer, inside his personal coffee machine.
I see. Well, if anything does turn up, you call me right away. Deal?
Yes, sir. We score the plates again, sir.
Chief of Detectives looks a little flustered.
Haha! Righto, my boy! How have you been? Swim much?
Chief Gant, reporting for duty, sir.
Why are you saluting him, Master Wright?
I don't know, he's got this aura about him. Just can't help it. Is Edgeworth going to be okay?
Oh, Worthy? Oh, you know, they're doing a little inquiry committee with him.
Sounds like an inquisition. Oh, I didn't expect that.
Yep, well, they've had no end of trouble with the boy since last year.
You mean the incident at Gord Lake?
It doesn't look good having a top prosecutor sit in the defendant's seat, does it? And you! You got someone else found guilty in that case, right, Righto?
On Karma.
A legend he was, undefeated in his 40-year career. But in court you fixed it, so he was caught for forging evidence.
Wait, I didn't do anything wrong. He did forge evidence.
In any case, the prosecutor's office is in a bit of turmoil, you might say. Why, they do just about anything to restore their reputation. Now, depending on what that inquiry committee decides, it could be bad for Worthy.
What?
It's downright odd, I tell you. The detective getting killed on their turf, too? I mean...
They're being the prosecutors, I assume?
Scientifically speaking, it is impossible.
Yes, but that's what the evidence is saying. Goodman was stabbed in 2 locations at the same time. That's what it says.
What evidence is this?
Now, Righto, I can't give away all our secrets just like that. And this in particular, well, it's a little sensitive, and I can't talk about it.
I wasn't expecting much anyway.
You know, one thing I hate most of all is hiding stuff. Secrets, can't stand them. But you know, it's a full-time job just keeping the chief of detectives' traps shut.
Oh, he was the one you were picking on earlier.
Huh? You saw that? Whoops.
I wonder what it was that he wanted the chief of detectives to do.
Let's see if we can kind of discreetly ask him.
Alright, we'll just discreetly examine him. Whatever.
Oh, sorry, you had to see that. What exactly did the chief of police want you to do? Well, you were there. That's Goodman's desk. He wanted me to check it for anything that might be a clue. They took away every last piece of garbage in the trash can. So, nothing belonging to Detective Goodman is still here? Of course not. Well, except for this. But you kept something? Sure, why not? It's not important. He didn't even finish writing it. It's a lost item report, but it's only half complete. Lost item? Did Detective Goodman lose something?
The date on it is February 21. Better make a note of that just in case. Wonder. I should really get back to investigating the police department crime scene. What a nice detour we had, though.
Yeah.
Can I check it?
Yeah.
Bruce Goodman, 5. 9 seems to be scribbled out. Either that's a 4 or it's just a scribble. But that's it.
No, it's all scribbled. And there's a good reason for that.
I wonder why.
82.
Anyway, right. Let's move on this way, and then that way. Are we jumping the gun again? I think we're jumping the gun again. Let's go back to Gant, just in case we missed something.
Oh. We need to present the card to him. Because we need to...
Yeah. I was wondering, could you take a look at this?
Ah, sorry, Righto. I'm through with that stuff. Through, I say. Go find that guy who can't seem to sit still out there. The busy one.
Yeah, we can't sit... Does he mean Detective Ganshu?
Either him or the dancing blue badger. Okay, now we have a reason
Yeah,
to
you need
find
get
him.
the ID. You need to show him the ID card.
Okay, let's see why. I was wondering, could you take a look at this? Oh no, same thing.
Wait, what?
I think we need to actually find Gumshoe. Maybe he's actually dead now. Wait, did he say where he said he was gonna go be here, wasn't he?
Wait.
Something's off. Hang on.
Do you? Or maybe he's just talking to him. Oh
there we
yeah.
go. Actually, I was wondering if I could ask you a favor. Hmm? Well, I never thought the day would come when Wright asked me for help. I was wondering if we
You
could...
only know him for like this day.
Well, yeah, he's out of history now, so he's probably heard about him by now.
That is fair, yeah.
I was wondering if we could investigate the evidence room. God, he's so intimidating. Now, Righto. Actually, I'm sorry. I don't need to investigate after all. Righto, please. Do I look like a selfish man? Huh? Heck, if anyone asked me, sir, can I borrow $50? I give them 50, no problem. So go ahead, investigate that room to your heart's content. Knock yourself out.
Just goes to show you never know until you ask.
And for you, here, you can borrow this.
Huh? This is a detective's ID card, isn't it?
That's a special card for guests, so don't lose it.
Yes, sir. It's an honor.
You just run along now, and do your best now. Later, folks. Hey, such a good
Can
guy.
I borrow 50 from you? I'm kind of broke from not doing cases. Hey, it looks pretty cool on my lapel, doesn't it? Just think, a real ID.
Doesn't have a lapel. You seem happy.
Yes, sir. We got into the evidence room now, sir.
I think this place is a bad influence on the girl. Let's move on. Right, now we can go in.
If Maya we would have gotten in already, because she likes crime. And we have the ID card from Chief Grant. Gant. Let's just walk in. It won't open.
Aha! The card reader is turned off. See?
What is the security guard thinking?
Howdy, partners. Well, well. What's made my Bambina's sky so gray?
Officer Marshall! Why does it have to be him?
What's that why does it have to be him look for? As you may have summarized, this here's my saloon.
Yeah, need to investigate the crime scene.
Yeehaw! That card you got there on your chest. That's better than a sheriff's badge in these parts.
Yeah.
Well, what are you standing there for? Get along, little doggies. The crime scene's awaiting.
Looks like the card reader's on again. While we're here, I was wondering if we could ask you some questions.
Sorry, cowboy, but I got no mind to tangle with you hombres.
You're busy then?
Did I say that? I only said I didn't wish to speak with you.
Actually, you said you had no mind to tangle with us hombres. So we're gonna talk with you anyway.
I was wondering if we could talk to you.
Sorry, Bambina, but I'm off to roam the lands like a tumbleweed on the wide prairie. Like a gunslinger loading his six-shooter, I say a little prayer.
What's that all about, Mr. Wright?
I think he was just too hungry to talk.
Yeah, see that because his stomach was crawling? You have no idea what he was talking about either.
Well, in any case, we need to get cracking on this investigation pronto.
You have to give him the steak.
Yeah, well. Literally, he's too hangry to do anything right now. I get that sometimes.
That smell. Ah, reminds me of Texas.
So, Officer Marshall, you're from Texas.
No, I just saw a special on television the other day. Is this for my baby?
Yeah, Mister.
What's this?
What's wrong?
Fillet steak lunch. I see. I see.
I don't see. I wonder what it means.
Alright, Bambina. You win. Ask him anything.
Finally, it seems like.
He's willing to talk.
Okay, you scarf that down.
Officer Marshall, you're in charge of security for the evidence room, right?
You got good eyes, partner. It's an easy job, and I'm grateful for it.
Actually, Officer Meekins at the detention center told us.
Ah, that poor little doggy? Poor guy. I keep getting his name wrong and call him Meekly.
He told us something. He said that when the stabbing occurred, you weren't at your station.
Well, maybe I shouldn't be telling you this, but since I got demoted from detective 2 years ago, well, it may not look like it, I lost my fire for the job, you know?
So, what do you about doing around 5:15 when the murder took place?
Well, I reckon I was galloping down the highway on the back of my steed, Zippy.
No, he was heading down the highway on his horse named Zippy.
I hope he was riding a motorcycle. It would be wrong if he was riding a car.
Yeah, that actually is a good. But he might actually
if-
so
if it
committed
was
to the act.
If it was a car, he'd be labeling it as a wagon.
That is true, yeah. Plus he is so committed that I can see him just buy a motorcycle for that.
There's no need for people here anyhow. These newfangled machines do a bang-up job of keeping an eye on the place.
You mean the security camera system?
I don't take to machines much. Kinda like that stewed broccoli they sneak in next to your steak, you know?
Mr. told us something. She said that you were a detective until 2 years ago.
It was always my dream to be a rawhide wrangler on the scene of the crime. That's all gone now, like a drinking hole in a prairie fire.
Still investigating the SL9 incident with Mrs. Starr, aren't you?
That was my case. It's all solved on the record books, but it smells like a bad game of poker. I can't let it go. That's all there is to it.
What kind of case was it anyway? We heard the name so many times, but no one tells us what actually happened.
There are some things you're better off not knowing, Bambina. Anyway, that case is officially dead as 2 days ago.
2 days ago? The day of our case?
That's right. Evidence transferals.
Edgeworth was talking about the transferals too.
I know what maybe 2 of the machines in here do.
Only 2 of them? There must be a dozen.
Like I said, Bambina, me and machines, well, I like them about as much as I like stewed cauliflower with my steaks. The easiest ones to understand are these here security cameras. Those are the ones that Officer Meekins mentioned. Oh, sorry. Slipped right out. Sorry. Anyway.
It happens.
No, I can actually picture Phoenix accidentally slipping into accent mode. I don't know what's with it with cowboy accents. If you're around it long enough, you end up picking it up for some fucking reason. That's just what I've noticed.
Yeah.
If nothing happens, the tapes are automatically erased every few hours.
And Officer Meekins and Detective Goodman, are they on one of these tapes?
I reckon they might be.
You're the security guard and you reckon?
One more thing. When you go into the evidence room, you need an ID card.
That's the card reader by the door.
The card reader leaves a record of every ID card that passes through.
Let's see here. Who got lucky 7s? So this is the ID card record.
Hey, I've seen that somewhere before.
Sorry, Bambina, I can't show you more than that.
Huh?
I haven't heard whether this is related to the case yet.
Mr. Wright, I saw a number just on the record just now. I've seen that number before.
Hang on, let me check. No, it's not. Okay, I was wondering if the guest card was on here yet.
No.
Maybe there's some way I can prove that record is tied to the stabbing. Probably the card itself. I'll just throw it in there. See what happens. Oh, wait. Present it this way.
This is the victim's ID card.
Ah, the one that was in the ground in the parking lot. The number on this is X number here.
Aber the marshal, show us the ID card record again.
Hey look, it's right there at 5:14.
Look, the fourth number. It's a perfect match.
It was used at 5:14, right before the stabbing. What's more, there's only one of them cards in the world.
When the incident occurred, Detective Goodman was in the evidence room.
But wait, what did Officer Meekin say?
So I entered the evidence room and asked the man to display his card.
So you asked Detective Goodman to show his ID card. What did he do?
That's the thing. Suddenly he pointed a knife at me.
If he had his ID card then, why would he have pointed a knife at Officer Meekins? Alright, compadre, you win. I guess I can give you this ID card record. Nice. I've got an idea. Maybe I should show this list to other people with IDs here. Oh god, do you know how long that's gonna take? Sorry, but could you explain what this whole transferal thing is about? We keep only evidence from Salt Creek. There we go, finally slipped. They're kept here under the presiding detective's supervision for 2 years. We can reinvestigate them if it turns out there was a mistake, see? So, what happens to the evidence after 2 years? It goes to sleep forever in the underground vault of the country's sheriff's department. That's what we call transferal. We do it every February.
I see now.
Transferal is like a funeral for old cases. 2 years after a case is solved, it's closed. Forever. Dead. Never to be reopened again. Never to be reinvestigated. And that happened to SL9 2 days ago. Yeah, we're still talking about it.
Yeah, maybe just present it because we're already here.
Yeah, save time. The sheriff's back in the Wild West didn't place much faith in evidence, but the only thing they trusted was their shooting hand.
This is neither Wild nor West here.
Aha! But that and this are two different things entirely.
I guess so. I'm lost.
It looks like we need some evidence to get anywhere with this guy. I don't think he's gonna listen.
Yeah, okay. So,
Well, let me just... Nope, none. If you don't see a picture, that means he's not gonna respond. Okay, can we go inside the office? Yes, we can. Okay, let's see. There's a fishing rod here. Neat. And a metal detector. It's quiet. The investigation must be over here.
oh, this is the evidence room. It is kind of like a graveyard.
Graveyards are supposed to have grass and trees. This feels more like a morgue.
But last time, Mr. Wright, you can scare me. Ah,
Whoa!
sorry, I thought you were a ghost.
I wouldn't recommend going around smacking ghosts on the head, pal. So, is it true what I heard? Righto, please, do I look like a selfish man? Heck, if anyone asked me, sir, can I borrow $50, I'd give them 50, no problem. So go ahead, investigate that room to your heart's desire. Knock yourselves out. Yeah, it's true. So, Chief of Police Gant, will loan anyone $50? Even me?
That's what you're talking about.
Actually, I was put in charge of the investigation for today. Just for today?
Plus, for a day.
But guess what? You got permission from the chief, so now you're boss for a day. Gee, thanks. First of all, you want to have this. Okay, cool. Let me just have a look at that first before we do anything. Let's see. Yes, is an L shape, if I ever saw one. Okay. Right.
So, did it come true? You're boss for the day.
That's right. It's an honor. After all, the murder took place right here in the police department.
But if you're boss, why are you alone? Where are your underlings?
They're using yesterday's findings to prepare for tomorrow's trial. In other words, you got kicked out of the investigation again. I'm adamant, though. I'm going to take control and put this case to rest. In my own evidence, locker, pal.
You have a locker here, too, Detective Gumshoe?
Drink plenty of fluids, Jesus. Haha, of course. I'm a detective after all. They gave me a locker that only I can open, pal.
Only you can open.
Okay. I'll always believe in Mr. Edgeworth, no matter what happens.
So, Mr. Edgeworth is with the inquiry committee now, right?
They're trying to figure out who's responsible for the mess up in court today. I see. I guess this is what you call fate. Mr. Edgeworth just can't get away from that case.
That case?
Yeah, that case. The SO9 incident, of course. That was the beginning of the end for Mr. Edgeworth.
Maybe we can get him to tell us more about the case.
This investigation is just dragging out, isn't it? This place is more high-tech than you might think. Every locker is fixed so that only one detective can open it.
Using their ID card?
Well, that's the thing, pal. ID cards can be lost. Why, I'm on my third card since entering the force already.
That sounds like a lot.
Yeah, but even I can't lose my own right hand.
What? And oh, you mean your fingerprint?
Exactly, pal. The lock for each locker is coded with a fingerprint. So the only locker we can open is our own.
Funny. They look like normal lockers.
These are the latest model. There's a trick to the handles, see?
The handles?
On the other side of the handles is a sensor, and if the wrong person touches it...
You get the shock. Wait, so I supposed to see that?
Yeah, I guess you just...
Oh no.
If that's what happened, my hand would be black and smoking every day. In any case, the locks aren't that obvious. There are even some people on the force that don't know about the fingerprint locks.
Interesting. Right, let me just slide on over here. Ah, it's gone. I was gonna say, oh, that's interesting. On Gumshoe's locker, there was a picture there. That's actually a reference to the second game. So that really is evidence saying that this was added afterwards.
Okay. Objection. This takes before the case.
Yeah, the development says otherwise. Alright, let's do our fingerprint stuff first, or blood. Let's make sure, spray it all over. Everywhere. Even the obvious shit.
There's blood on the bloody hand.
What? No.
Dude, this is someone's handprint.
What?
What's the matter, detective?
This locker. It's mine.
It's yours?
Please. You have to help me when they come to take me away. Promise you'll testify that I wouldn't harm a fly. You do that for me, won't you, pals?
This is an important clue. I'll jot it down on the floor plans.
I'm counting on you guys. Believe me, you can't trust the police.
What? But you're a detective.
Anyway. Evidence. Ooh, there's a lot of blood here. That's just enough for a body, I think. That must have been one massive pool of blood. Never seen anything like it. I'm not a professional. What's your opinion, detective?
Pale blue blood. Maybe Detective Goodman was actually an alien.
This proves that something really happened in front of this locker.
I'll make a note of it on the floor plans.
Hey, if you didn't want my opinion, you should have asked.
Well, I asked anyway. Fuck you. Spray around just in case there's a little bit more. That's all looking good. Alright. There's a cloth here. There's something sticking out of here.
Looks like a shirt. I guess it must be evidence for some case.
I wonder if Detective Gumshoe put this here.
There you go, pal, making me out to be some kind of slob. I'm not responsible for the evidence here. That said, I bet that evidence locker was opened recently.
How do you know?
You leave things hanging out like that, the evidence gets dirty or ripped. The guard checks on that kind of stuff and notifies the detective responsible. How many times have I had him breathe down my neck about some silly evidence?
Sounds like Detective Gumshoe leaves evidence hanging out a lot, too.
I bet he doesn't tuck in his shirt under that trench coat either. Hey, that takes time.
If you're going to talk behind someone's back, don't do it right in front of them, pal.
Let's see. What's this? Blood?
It's a little one, but there's definitely handprint here.
It looks like someone tried to wipe it off.
Mr. Wright, what if there are other persons left in the room?
We should use her testing fluid to check it out.
We already
We did that. The paint.
What's this son paint doing here?
Since the dawn of time, true art has always been a war against oppression.
True art. Notice this blue and yellow paint here.
Oh, I get it. Perhaps we're witnessing the birthplace of the Blue Badger?
Well, you might say this is my studio.
Here? In the evidence room? Well, you gotta do it somewhere. I left the glove here.
Son left the glove here, but only one.
It's Michael Jackson's glove. Detective Gumshoe, maybe?
There you go, pal, making me out to be some kind of absent-minded detective. That's evidence from the case, you know.
You mean SL9? It does have a tag on it. Fascinating. Oh, this one's open.
Look, this one's open. And the red light indicator above the door is lit.
That locker is coated with Detective Goodman's fingerprint.
Detective Goodman's locker.
Are you sure it's okay to leave it open like that?
Well, it'd be hard to get it open again if we closed it.
It's empty. They must have taken the contents elsewhere. Well, the question is how they opened it, or if it was already left open.
Yeah, there are things on the floor. You need to investigate stuff.
Is there? Oh yeah, there's
Yeah. No, on the other side.
some sort of bulky equipment is gathering dust here.
But it's a looking fishing pole that is.
Ah, that's my personal pole. How did I get around using it?
Wait, I've seen that somewhere before.
Right, pal, that's the metal detector. The one that led to the solving the case out on Gourd Lake, remember?
Oh, right. Wow, that feels like it was ages ago. And, I don't think I've seen this one before.
Oh, that's a bug sweeper. I'm sure it'll come in handy in solving some case sooner or later.
That cheap-looking box?
You can't judge a person or a machine by their cover. You gotta look at their heart.
Fine.
Sweep to the other side. Oh, look at this big pile of junk in the corner.
That looks like a car door.
There's a pair of handcuffs attached to the frame.
Maybe the guy they caught was some sort of escape artist and he got away?
Hey, that's one of those human profiles for range testing.
He's been shot square in the forehead.
With him the nose.
It's a target shot, oh, whatever.
Oh, they must have broken something big to make all these pieces.
Detective Gumshoe, perhaps?
There you go, pal, making me out to be some kind of hooligan. That's apparently from the case.
The case?
The SL9 incident, pal. See the sticker on one of the pieces here?
Another piece of SL9 evidence. Wow, have a look at that. Wonder what shape these pieces were in before wherever it was broke.
You let's have to put it back together.
Ha! Good luck, pal. That's no job for amateurs. Well, I spent a good 3 hours on that before I had to give up.
I always carry around a tube of glue.
Alright, I carry around many things. Glue's not one of them. Messy
Nope.
for sure. Well, this piece looks like the bottom. Let's try putting the rest in place. This should be easy. Let's see here.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Okay,
I
this is
remember
easy.
that.
This is easy.
Mm,
Well, this is a case of trial and error, really, but
Yeah, it's find the starting point.
okay, it doesn't rotate. I was just making sure. That one, nope.
You can rotate them.
Can you? Oh
Yeah.
shit. Okay, yeah, that changes things. I wasn't sure you could or not. Okay, that's obviously that way.
Nope. Nope.
Oh, okay.
Okay, the middle one.
Oh, even the preview icons change. That's interesting. I'll find it something. It'd be easier if I could actually rotate the vase itself and just pick it out, but no.
And that's also top piece.
Yeah, definitely. One of these eventually. It's that way. We're just kind of just assuming which piece might go where. It's gotta be one of these pieces.
It's also one of those things where it's so hard to help.
There you go.
There you
The alignments don't really match quite right.
go. Yeah. I think that might be the fourth one. You angle it. So, yeah.
And that one.
Yeah. It's always the one where you have to start. That's the hardest.
Nope, not quite. That one. There we go. There we go. We're making progress now. For one of these pieces. So,
I think it. That's the right one, yeah.
missing a handle. Oh, nope.
That
That
one.
one. And then the next handle. Not. Okay, whatever.
Yeah, it's also like the size is so different.
Ah, we're missing a piece.
Huh? Well, I think we did it, but some of the pieces are missing.
Yeah, I got that far too in 2 minutes myself. The problem is finishing it. Wait, you spent practically 3 hours just figuring why it's missing pieces?
Were some pieces stolen?
I bet they were missing to begin with. Still,
Like, I'm sure it's kind of like, intelligence versus wisdom. Like, this was how it's combined. But why is there something missing? Better redo it.
spends 3 hours trying to find the damn pieces. It doesn't look like the most stable kind of jar.
I can't understand how it's broken.
Maybe it's an upside down jar. You're not supposed to have it up this way up. Right, that's that one.
Yeah.
Right.
Not sure if we should continue because I think there's still a bit.
Yeah,
ahead of-
considering what we have to do next, we'd have to ask everyone anyway who's relevant, and the thing will probably end. But I think we can
Oh yeah,
stop
we could
here.
do Gumshoe right now since we're already there.
Yeah, it was. Could you take a look at this? This is the ID card report of the people who came in here on the day of the stabbing. I heard the rumors. It was Goodman who came in here at the time of the murder. Whoa!
What is it?
The second number. It's not your ID number, is it, Detective Gumshoe? Mr. Edgeworth.
What?
The second number on this list belongs to Mr. Edgeworth.
What?
Well, this changes everything. Why would Edgeworth have come to the evidence room? Well, I think that's all we need to ask. I'm guessing. I can't imagine there's anyone else we have to ask. Well,
I
maybe,
think not
maybe,
for now.
maybe we do have
But-
to ask.
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess we can stop here, I suppose.
Yeah.
Alright. Save here. Sorry, the investigations are getting longer with this particular case, so
Yeah.
I imagine by the second or third investigation it just gets stupid long. We'll stop here. Alright, always remember is to just go find Edgeworth, pretty much.
Yeah. Yeah.
How hard can that be?
I haven't
Alright.
been in his office, pretty sure.
Yeah, definitely by now. Alright. That'll do for a stream, so check back on fuck the schedule. Back on
Yeah,
Monday
Monday.
for more Ace Attorney. When will it end? Right, so until then, bye.